Mr. Silver, and welcome to the first of two videos I mentioned in the Brawl Stars video that I did, where I would be doing two videos, and this is the first video because today I don't have school, so I decided I would be spending my time doing something I enjoy, and today I am playing Would You Rather. More specifically, I'm playing an hour-long Would You Rather, and if you don't know Would You Rather, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have like one choice or another, and you have to pick like, would you rather do this or that? So, to start this off, I've never played this game before on the channel, so. Would you rather be attractive but get punched in the face every morning, ooh, or be ugly? See, if this were me talking, I'd say that I already am, but since it's not, and understandably so, I wouldn't mind getting punched in the face. I mean, my head's pretty strong. I could probably take it. The majority agrees. And that's all this game is. Would you rather roam with Snoop Dogg? But would you rather room with Snoop Dogg or room with Bob Marley? I don't know. I've heard of Bob Marley, but I don't know Bob Marley, so I'm gonna go with Snoop Dogg. Also, I just shaved. I'll put a picture up right here, but I did like a jigsaw thing. It was not like actual jigsaw like the movie, but jigsaw, I call it jigsaw. And less people agree with me. I should have done like a, can I just, but I can't type, oh boy. Stop it. Stop. For the love of Christ. Bob Marley. Who's Bob Marley? Oh, Jamaican singer-songwriter. Interesting. Okay, would you rather be Australian or be, oh, Australian. Not that I have anything against America, but Australia has a really cool accent, and a didgeridoo, I like the accent. Not that, I did a didgeridoo, but the rest wasn't supposed to be like, anyways. American, I keep the same voice, so that's okay. I guess America does have guns. Just because I'm American doesn't mean I live in America, right? That's kind of the thing. Yeah, but I'd rather be Australian. Australian just seems cooler. No offense, America, but either you or the Aussies, and I love the Aussies, so. A horde of 400 zombies is quickly approaching. Would you rather fight the zombies alongside a dragon, you are using a crossbow, or fight the zombies alongside 4 gorillas, you are using an assault rifle? So, I'm either like Daryl or Shane? I don't remember from The Walking Dead who used. I stopped watching after season 5 because it got boring and I just wasn't watching it anymore, so I just like, whatever. But I have a dragon, and the thing about a dragon is that I can fly up in the air. So while gorillas would be good and they could fight 400 zombies and that'd be cool and all, they could probably kill them, but that's still 400. If they group up enough, they could still damage the gorillas. Whereas a dragon, he can fly up in the air. If he can breathe fire. And if not, if he runs out of energy or I run out of bows or whatnot, he can fly away to a safe location. So all in all, also don't mind the camera's a bit crooked. So all in all, I think I'll go with the dragon. Majority agrees. Would you rather eat a pine cone or eat an acorn? Aren't pine cones bigger? If I'm eating an acorn, I could say I'm a squirrel. Dead squirrel. But but if I eat a pine cone, that would hurt because it's rougher. Because it has all those like pointy things to come out of that make it a pine cone. Although I do love pine cones, I'm eating an acorn. Majority agrees. These are interesting questions. I like these. And you're gonna learn a little bit about me maybe if we do this. It's gonna be an hour long. Jesus Christ, you're gonna ask a lot of questions. Would I rather see blurry all the time, so basically be someone who needs glasses but can't have them, or see everything in black and white? Sure. See, this one's rough because as an artist, right, especially when that makes things, I mean, you can't see on camera, maybe I'll put up a thing right here, but I need to see color. Because if I don't see color, I can't draw what I draw, you know? I'd only be able to do sketches and whatnot, and although that would be cool, it's not just drawing that it affects, and even though drawing is a huge part of my life, another huge part of my life is people. And I would have to see people in black and white, so I couldn't, like, compliment, like... Byron looks so dark. Oh, Jesus. I couldn't, like, compliment Kez's attire or Parker's hats or... But if I'm blurry, it says blurry all the time, so does that mean that I can't, like, get glasses, I can't get some form of surgery that'll help me not see blurry anymore? Because if it does, then I'd never see any of their faces. I'd never be able to see what I'm drawing, so I'd rather be able to see without color. Because even if I'm blurry, you know, you can see color, but you can't see all the details. So I'm gonna see black and white. I'm gonna go black and white. Yeah, majority agrees. Both are made very public. Would you rather sue a charity organization and win, or sue a corrupt organization and lose? Who cares if you win or not? If I sue a corrupt organization, then that exposes them being corrupt. I'd be doing something good. Even if I lose, and it's made public, so people know. Even if they did before, people know now that if we stand up and fight, we could take it down and all that stuff. It could start something to take down this corrupt organization and give it back to you, the people. That's not my Bane impression, by the way. But I'd rather sue a corrupt organization than... That is, A, more even than I thought it'd be, and B, wow. Why would people sue a charity organization? Charities are good. Now it's bugging me. The camera's stuck. Oh, I could have fixed it the whole time. I thought it was stuck like that. Would you rather adopt Pusheen, which, by the way, I just learned what a Pusheen is. Thank you to my little cousin Lily, because she is, like, very big on Pusheens right now. Pusheens are, like, anime cats, something like that. Or adopt Nyan Cat. Pusheens are really cute, but Nyan Cat is Nyan Cat. And if you sin against Nyan Cat, then, like, Nyan Cat can shoot rainbows. People agree, 69%. Gotta love that number, even though I've never experienced it. Would you rather lose your front teeth in a skateboarding accident? I don't skateboard. And, oh, my teeth. Oh, it says down the bottom there, you would eventually recover from both. So, I see. Or, break your hands on a bike. Ooh. See, I don't know how to ride a bike. I learned, and then I didn't use it for a while, so I forgot, and now I have to relearn it, because I don't know how to ride a bike. I know people who skateboard, and I've thought about skateboarding, but, skateboarding is like scootering without the handle thing, and you have to put both feet on the board. I guess you don't have to, but you should. If I break both my hands on my bike, they would recover. Would it be like Doctor Strange, where they're always shaky and whatnot? I guess it would be hard to use, but I'm an artist, I need my hands. But at the same time, if I break my teeth, my front teeth, then what? What do you want?
No, sure, no. Be nice, CJ.
No, something.
Thanks.
Anyway, I definitely go with, well, I guess you could get fillings for your teeth, but your hands, once you destroy those, it's kind of done. But it would hurt my self-esteem a lot to, like, go every day and, like, this is tough. Part of me wants to say hands just because teeth would hurt a lot, and like the shame and the mental damage it would do to get up every day and just like have to put in something like fake teeth compared to potentially ruining everything, especially for someone like me who needs my hands. I'd ruin majority of my thing, and then I couldn't pleasure women, and oh my god. I don't know. I'm 50-50. I'm torn. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is a rock I broke my teeth? I don't know. I feel like hands would hurt less, so I'm gonna go with hands. The majority agrees. Okay, I should have done a challenge with this, like eat a Sour Patch or something. Would you rather have an uncontrollable itch that attacks at sporadic times, or always have chapped lips? What are chapped lips? I am very unaware of these terms, not because I'm part of this generation, but because so just dry, really. Yeah, it's just dry lips. So would I always rather have dry lips or an uncontrollable? Dry lips. Wow, that is one of the few 50-50s I've ever seen, and I've watched Markiplier's, I wouldn't say playthrough, but videos on this. Would you rather kill one person you know or kill 3 strangers? See, both would impact you mentally, but killing a person you know, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill someone you like. But it's been made evidently clear that even if you don't like the person when they're gone, sometimes you can still miss them. But do I have a choice in who I kill? Age of the stranger is random. There's no guarantee to how old or young anyone is. So, let me just read the comments. Because I don't know if I know. If I do know who I'm killing, then I'd kill one person, because then I have control over who I kill. And there aren't like many people that I really hate, but there are some that I wouldn't mind. Okay, now that makes it sound bad, but if I had the ability to kill, which I don't because I would like literally mentally break, but if I had the ability to kill and I could choose, then I'd kill one stranger, because 1 over 3 makes sense. It'd save, like, it'd make families happier if I just killed one person over 3 people, because then 3 families are hurting, whereas 1 person, 1 family's hurting. And also, they've been a dick to me, so they kind of deserve it in a way. Not that people who are a dick to me deserve to die, but I'm gonna stop talking now. But if I don't get to choose who I kill, that means I could randomly end up stabbing one of my friends. Ooh. That's... But 1/3. See, here's what I don't know, because I'm not specific enough. It tells you about, like, it doesn't matter the age of the stranger, and my camera's gone crooked again, but it doesn't tell you the age of the stranger, it just tells you that, or it doesn't tell you, like, if you get to choose you kill or not. It just, I'm probably overcomplicating this. I think I do get to kill a person that I know, but, like, I get to choose who it is, so. I think I'd kill one person, because it's 1/3, you know? So although, if I don't get to choose, it's gonna hurt a lot, and I'm gonna have no control over it, but if it is someone I know, and I do get to choose who it is, then a little stabby stab to the little person I don't like, and then we're good. And, we can continue going on with my brain not intact at all, but still there. And I was in the least majority, I guess. That does make sense. Would you rather forget who you were, or forget who everyone you know is? Forget who I was. Screw that. I love my friends and whatnot. Yeah, people agree with me. Would you rather stare at the sun for 5 seconds after being in a dark room for 5 hours? That would kill your eyes. I mean, we all know that, but... Or have one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of your life. If the camera could stop. Okay, so... Even staring at the sun for 5 seconds when not being in a dark room would still hurt your eyes, but being in a dark room for 5 hours and then looking at the sun, you would go blind. That's just it. You would go blind. Your eyes would be like eggs over easy. They just boil, you know. But having one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of my life. But that one doesn't specify for the rest of your life. I guess if you're blind, then yeah. But you would have to be really lucky not to get blind there. But if you have one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of your life, that means you still have one good eye. And although that makes you look ugly, it also makes you a badass in a way. I'm gonna go with the glass eye. You risk blindness. So you rather see or you don't see. Would you rather never eat pizza again or never drink soda again? See, those two go together very, very well. So by sacrificing one to save the other, they would never be complete again, which is rather unfortunate. I do enjoy myself a bit of, still recording. I do enjoy myself a bit of, pizza, but at the same time, pizza makes me more fat, and I could have soda with other foods, and I guess I could have, like, orange juice or something with pizza, but it wouldn't be the same. I would rather give up pizza, because pizza is already a hassle, especially for me, someone that, this is gonna sound a bit disgusting, so you can skip ahead if you want, but I have a hard time, my body has a hard time breaking down lactose. So if I don't have lactase, or if I don't drink enough water afterwards, I'll have these really bad stomach pains, which will lead to diarrhea. You didn't need to hear that, but yeah. So every time I eat pizza, I eat like 3 slices. I don't eat too much. I drink a lot of water. I drink this full thing. I fill it up to the brim, and then I drink it all right after I eat pizza. And although I don't mind it nowadays, because it saves me from pain, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's a trade-off. I would prefer to eat foods that I don't have to worry about having pains after. So I would give up pizza because it's just more of a hassle. So I'd never eat pizza again. And I already knew I was going to be in the minority there, but whatever. If you had to, would you rather eat the... If you had to, would you rather eat the... Would you rather Twitterbird or WWF Panda? Would you rather eat the Twitter bird? My village is being raided by Carter. Damn you, Carter. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone. My phone is my webcam, by the way. So, Twitter bird or panda? People typically eat birds more than bears. And be bigger, so I wouldn't be able to eat it. I would eat the Twitter bird. I feel like I could eat that a lot better and feel satisfied after than the panda bear, although the panda bear did sue WWF and made it have to change WWE, so screw you. Would you rather live under communism, so Russia, or live under capitalism, so I don't know that one off the top of my head. What is capitalism? Communism is like everyone gets something, but then they all have to give something to the man in charge, which would be Putin or something, right? Capitalism is everyone gets rich, and then some people just get richer, and you get like really, really rich. I think I'd rather live on a capitalism because then I have like a free what I get to keep and whatnot. And people agree with me on that one. I don't have a good understanding. That was not a good explanation at all, but whatever. Would you rather be an antisocial genius or be a popular but unintelligent? So would I rather be me but famous or me but smart? I kind of already am popular, and I'm not saying that I'm like dumb, but I am pretty dumb. I mean, you probably didn't watch my Batman Arkham Knight playthrough because that was horrible graphics. I'm gonna ask for a capture card for my birthday, which is in May, so rest assured that eventually I will be able to get some quality gameplay out of consoles and not just the horrible stuff you've seen so far, which is why I'm holding off Smash War games for so long, the Switch version, because, you know. And then, anyways, but yeah, I at times can be pretty stupid, and it says down here, being antisocial includes cutting yourself, talking to yourself, which I do already, and experimenting on your body. I do that. People will know about this because you do it in public. If you are popular, then people if you are popular, then people will always ring you, talk to you, and pay attention to you. You're always in people's minds. Antisocials get A+, populars get Fs or Cs. I like the idea of actually not being overlooked by people, but I'm gonna have to go with the antisocial genius, because although that does show that, like, I'm doing a lot of harm to myself, it does mean that I have potential to do a lot of good. Depending on what I decide to focus on, I can, like, try and cure things, find a cure for things that don't have cures yet. I could help solve world problems. I'm gonna go with being an antisocial genius. Yeah. I don't mind a bit of time in the spotlight. Would you rather only have access to YouTube on the internet, or would you rather only have access to games on the internet? I don't play a lot of games on the internet. I mean, I'm playing Would You Rather right now, but I don't play a lot of games on the internet. I play more mobile and whatnot. Unless I'd go with YouTube still, because games can get repetitive after a while and all that. I'm gonna go with YouTube because then people are constantly putting out stuff. I'd get bored after a little while because I'd run out of things to watch, but then people would post more and I'd have to find new people. Would you rather always be overdressed or underdressed? So, in both cases, you would stick out. See, my problem is that I'm very used to the cold, and because I'm so used to the cold and I've adapted to it so well, I get hot really, really easily. And with that being said, I sometimes even get hot in shorts and an undersleeve. So, or it's not an undersleeve, sorry, a no sleeve. So overdressed automatically doesn't work for me because I'd be boiling. I'd be sweating bullets from the start to the end. By the time I undo, like, everything that I, like, all the stuff that I overdressed, after I take off all that stuff, it's just gonna be a big pool of sweat. So I'm gonna go underdressed because people already agree that I do that. Would you rather be topless all the time or be pantsless all the time? I have an integrity to keep, and I don't want people, what is, get off of there, thank you. I wouldn't want my dick out in public. And topless, I have abs, I actually look pretty good topless, so I'm gonna go topless. The majority agrees. Would you rather be telekinetic or telepathic? Telekinetic. Telepathy means the ability to read people's minds, and telekinesis means the ability to affect or move objects with your mind. So, would I rather be, that guy from X-Men or Scarlet Witch? I like the sound of being Scarlet Witch, but then, if I'm telepathic, I can tell when people are lying, but then again, it evades their privacy in a way, and I don't like to be pushy when I don't like to discuss things and push people to do things that they aren't comfortable doing already. I'm very nervous that way, so I wouldn't want to be telepathic because then I invade people's private minds. I invade, like, what they're thinking, and although I could tell if people are lying or whatnot, I don't know, I'd be telekinetic because then I could be like Scarlet Witch. And majority agrees by 5%. Would you rather use a touchscreen on all your devices or use a mouse and keyboard on all your devices? Imagine having to carry around a mouse and keyboard with your phone. No. I could use a touchscreen with a VR. Not that I have VR, but I could use it if I want to. I could use a touchscreen with Xbox. That'd be interesting. We're almost at halfway through the video. Would you rather soil yourself and have nobody know? What does soil mean? I don't know that term. Or not soil yourself, but everyone thinks you did. So, one, you get away with something embarrassing. The other, you don't get away with something embarrassing, but everyone, no matter what you do, as it says in the comments there. Does it happen once, and people just remember that? Because I don't want to go down in history my legacy being that guy that soiled himself, allegedly. So I would rather soil myself and have no one know, because then it's like, you just don't talk about it, don't mention it ever again, and then you're good, you know? So, the majority agrees. For all your life, would you rather only be photographed or only be filmed? Filmed. This counts for all childhood memories. Yeah, I'd rather be filmed because pictures, you know, they tell a story in a way, but you don't get the whole picture. No pun intended. You don't get the whole image. You don't get the whole background of it, or like why it's happening. But if you filmed your entire life, that's bunches of footage. Sometimes even I wished I was filmed all the time, because then you could, like, if there was a way for you to look back, you know, you could look back and you could just replay some of your favorite moments, and you can look back and be like, oh, that's how I met this person. Oh, that's how that happened, you know? Just, like, venture around, and you can see what happens. Whereas pictures, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. But then you don't remember anything from it. So why would majority disagree with me? That I love being filmed. I love seeing, like, I love rewatching, like, the day I became friends with some of my closer friends. I love, like, rewatching the days I don't remember from when I was a child, and seeing, like, young me hanging with young Brooke and Kristen, and young artist me, and just young me in general, seeing how I became me and all that. That seems so much more interesting. Would you rather die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain? Yes! 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 I am a big fan of Dark Knight, as you all know. I've watched it like 20 million times. Harvey Dent Rachel! I'd have to die a hero because although I could live long enough, then I guess that means like, because it's like a gamble is basically what it's saying. Like, it's basically in a way saying that life is a gamble. You can either die while you still have a good image or keep risking that good image to do something better. And that good image, you know, you risk getting destroyed if you remain alive. Now for Harvey Dent, obviously, he lived long enough to see himself become the villain. But, I'd die, I guess everyone would rather die a hero. Yeah, 67% agrees. Would you rather be barefoot the rest of your life or wear Crocs the rest of your life? I haven't worn... Have I ever worn Crocs? I don't even think I've worn Crocs. Am I still recording? I just gotta check, because if I'm not recording, this is gonna miss. Okay, good, I'm still recording. Whew. So, barefoot. I don't like being barefoot. I always have, like, socks on, or... I'm very rarely barefoot, actually. But if you wore Crocs, you'd get very sweaty, and you'd have to sleep with them on, and if you have them on the rest of your life, then they're, like, permanently attached to your feet, and your feet need to breathe, so... I'd rather be barefoot. Just saying. That's actually closer than I thought it'd be. Would you rather be extremely unattractive, so me, or be extremely attractive but have a hand that smells perpetually like poop? So no matter what I do, it's just like, oh. Yeah, I like my hands. I'd rather be... Looks don't mean that much. You could just keep the sharpened to the end of the day, you know. Jesus Christ. People in my life. But I'd rather be extremely unattractive. Would rather have 20 million YouTube subscribers. That means 20 million people that I could let down. I'm not exactly the best YouTube channel. Hence why I only have like 51, 52 subs. Or produce a blockbuster action movie. See, I have to go with YouTube now, not because I don't like the, not because I'm a YouTuber, but because I don't want to be a producer. I don't like bossing people around. I don't like the idea of having that kind of control. I listen and I will do as I'm told, and maybe add a bit of my own stuff to it, but I don't like bossing people around because it makes me feel bad and I feel kind of mean, and it's just... So, producing a movie, you know, and even, I guess it is a blockbuster, like right now, but say it were to fail, not that it would fail, as this question says, but if it were to fail, most of the blame does go to you, you know, because you made the movie, it was your idea, your script, your control over it, which means, yeah, and I don't want that kind of blame on me. I don't want to be remembered by that. So I want to be an actor, not a producer. I'd rather have 20 million subs. Thank you very much. That'd be cool. I wonder what it's like to be in the millions. Also, I don't know why I keep licking my lips. That's just something I do. Would you rather walk barefoot in a Lego factory, or walk barefoot on burning hot coals? Hot coals would burn your feet, cause potential scarring or whatnot. Whereas walking on Legos, they hurt like hell, but the end product would mean that you would be able to walk still and your feet wouldn't be as damaged and whatnot and mangled and whatnot. So I'm gonna go walking in a Lego factory because majority agrees. Would you rather have a wardrobe? Okay, would you rather have a wardrobe completely of flannel/plaid? Not bad. I don't wear much flannel. I don't have much flannel, but I don't think it look bad in flannel. depending on the flannel. Or have a wardrobe completely of denim. What is denim? Denim. Denim. Is denim just jeans? Denim is just jeans. It's just jeans. I mean, I'm wearing jeans right now, and I've never really worn flannel. I mean, the two together would go really, really well. But if I had to choose from the two, I could still look good. Well, that doesn't mean that all your clothes are flannel or all your clothes are denim. That just means you have a wardrobe full of them. I'd go with the flannel just because then I'd have a variety, whereas denim is all kind of the same thing, you know? And that's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. Would you rather sound like anyone you want or speak any language you want? So I could just go up to someone at a bar and just be like, "Hello, mi amigo." Or I could go up to someone and I could sound like I could go up to someone and sound Spanish. Or I can go up to someone and fool them into thinking that they're talking to Jacksepticeye or something. Oh man, it'd be cool if like you could be like the master of impersonations, you know? Wait. Sound like anyone you want. That doesn't mean that you... Does that mean that you can just like, at different points in time, just like think of a voice and just speak like that? Like I could go from speaking my voice to Markiplier's, to the Punishers, to the, you know, like that? Or does it mean that I pick a voice that I really want to sound like, and then I am that voice? So I'd get a very British accent. Well, it says many voices down there. It says, the question is titled Many Voices or Many Languages. So I guess you'd be able to switch voices, impersonations if you want to. Or speak any language you want. You'd be able to connect with people better. Because just because you can speak with them, you'd still be speaking like your vocabulary. You'd still be speaking your way. You'd just be a different voice, their voice. Whereas speaking the language you want, you could understand Russian. You could understand Japanese, and then you wouldn't need subtitles for Japanese animes. If you're a weeaboo. And you'd be able to connect with people better. Because you could go up to, say, a Brit, and you could start speaking like pip pip cheerio and whatnot, and you would understand all the logistics and the slang and the whatnot. So while being able to sound like anyone is really good, I don't think it'd be as useful as a skill as speaking any language. The majority agrees. If you had, I don't know why I keep saying only. If you had to read only one series for the rest of your life, would you rather read Harry Potter or read Twilight? I've heard Twilight's quite horrible, or at least the movies are. Robert Pattinson. Or read Harry Potter. I've read neither of these. I have no, I've never watched a Harry Potter movie. I've never read a Harry Potter book. I've never read Twilight. I've never watched Twilight. I'm gonna go with Harry Potter because that's the more famous pick, the one that's gotten less criticism, but there's a lot. No, I'd go with Harry Potter still. Yeah. Would you rather have a nail hammered through every joint in your finger? So I'd have one right here, and right here. Or, sorry, right there, and right there. Because those are joints. Or have the famous Starry Night slowly carved into your back with a knife. So would I rather get a really painful tattoo or a very, very damaged finger? I'll take the finger, thank you very much. I lost. Apparently people rather have the slow, agonizing. It's just one finger. Oh no, it's each of your fingers. So both hands get destroyed. Also, I'm not married, by the way. This ring is something I got for Christmas. I don't know if you've seen me with it before in a video, so I'm just telling you that now. Then, now that I've read the question correctly, I'd go with the Starry Night. Cause, wow, I need my fingers to draw, you know. Speaking of drawings, I'm currently doing a paper 8-bit, courtesy of courtesy of Draw Anything, which has been my main go-to for drawing paper of any Brawl Stars. So yeah, here's paper 8-bit, looking real good so far. I just gotta finish coloring in this other half because I've outlined it all marker, and then I can move on to the other 2 8-bits, and then from there we'll decide what we gotta do. So would you rather be smart and always ignored, or be dumb but always listened to? I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not the dumbest. I'm kind of in the middle, in my opinion. When I'm not playing video games, I'm in the middle, but when I'm playing video games, I'm actually, like, extremely stupid. But if I'm always ignored when I'm smart, then I can't help anyone because no one would listen to me. But if I'm dumb and people listen to me, then a smart person can give me a teleprompt or something to read, and then I read it out loud, and everyone would always listen and be like, oh, yeah, that's true, we should do that. I should check recording. Still recording, good. I gotta make sure, because last time I tried to use the recording, I tried to record the demo for Little Nightmares 2, with Liam, and it stopped after 8 minutes, so it's good that it's working again. I'd rather be... See, but if I'm smart but always ignored, that means that no matter what I do, nobody will ever listen to me. I'll never, like, have the ability to change the world because no one will ever buy into what I'm saying. But if I'm dumb, then I make no contribution to the world either, but I'll always be heard. I'm not going dumb, it's more like me. People disagree. Would you rather spend 5 years in maximum security prison and receive $5 million upon your release? Ooh. Or not go to prison and never become rich? See, I don't need a lot of money. I don't want a lot of money either, because I got Homewreckers and a video uploaded. Probably not something I'm gonna watch, but... Speaking of which, I'm watching Homewreckers' Secret Neighbor playlist right now. I'm on the 4th episode. And I'm also finished... I'm on the last episode of Wade, or Lord Minion 777's Until Dawn, so... Yeah. Pretty cool. But yeah, prison, 5 years would not that be bad on your resume, and you don't need to be rich to survive. You just need to have a decent amount of money. And although I guess having $5 million would be, I'd be sitting pretty, you know, I could get a lot of stuff if I need it. I'd be okay for a while. I wouldn't have to work for a while. Still, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd rather not go to prison. People disagree. Hearing your parents, would you rather Would you rather hear your parents having sex or arguing? Arguing, because I hear that quite often, whereas having sex would be disgusting, and since everything I hear I picture, that would not be a fun thing to picture. It would scar my brain. I'd go with arguing. And besides, my parents are not the best looking people, so yeah. Would you rather pay taxes but have free public services, or no taxes but pay full services you need, but pay fully for the services you need? What are services include? School, healthcare, dentist. Oh, school and them, they can be. I'd rather taxes because school and healthcare and dentistry and all that stuff, that's expensive. So I'd rather, yeah. In the end, it costs less. Not that I know about it yet, but still. Would you rather be infertile, so you can't have children, or have 5 children that pass away before the age of 5? Or have a child, sorry, that passes away before the age of 5. So I have a child, but he passed away at the age of 5, and I can't have kids. See, as a guy, wonderful. If you don't know what I just reacted to, I got a notification from Instagram that someone by the name of Motivational Quotes, I don't remember their full tag, I'll put a screenshot right there, but him and another person have been cyberbullying me. And so it just said they tagged me in a post, and I know what that means. It means I made another post being a douchebag. Anyway, I'd rather be infertile because it says in the comments here, no, you may not adopt in either case. So you can't have kids, or you have a kid for, it tagged me in another post. So you rather have kids that die rather quickly, which would be very painful to watch, because they won't get to live out their life and whatnot. Or be infertile, meaning you can't have kids at all. Now, I can't give to kids. I am a guy, but if I was a girl and I could have kids, then I would probably give it to the, I'd give it away, I'd give it to the, infertile, to save the pain, because you think about it, you know, you have to go through the pregnancy and all that, and it'd be really, really painful just to go through that. But then, like, all the sleepless nights, hearing them cry, and then dying, before the age of 5, that just so much more pain than being infertile could ever have, you know? Would you rather drive 200 miles well over the legal drunken limit, or drive 200 miles after being awake for 72 hours straight? Ooh. Both are horrible. I'd rather sleepless, because drunk, I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna vomit, I'm gonna get into a car crash, and drunk driving is bad. Would you rather spend a day in the Sahara Desert or spend a day in the North Pole? North Pole? It's too hot in the desert. Would you rather always be late or always be unprepared? Late. How would you prefer to die? Would you rather freeze to death or boil to death? Freeze. Go out like Titanic or something. If you had to eat bugs, ew, would you rather eat 100 ants or 50 beetles? I don't even want to say this because I'm going to have to picture it and whatnot, but could I put the ants in my mouth and then, like, drink some water so they'll just slide down and I'm sitting in my stomach, and it could still be some crawling in my mouth afterwards. I'd go with ants because they're smaller, so maybe they're less noticeable. Yeah. Thank you. Get away. Would you rather be... Actually, you know what we're gonna do quickly? Just because I'm curious and I want to see. We're going to go into my Instagram. This is my Instagram, by the way. Save info. Let's go. Tagged photo. Oh. Not now. Understand Punk. You guys ready? Funny gay moments. Took a photo of you. Motivational coach took a photo from you. Look at this monkey ear guy again. Monkey ear guy hard at work. He looks like such a monkey ear guy. One monkey ear guy is walking to monkey hangout spot. This is what's wrong with society. These are the kind of bullshit people that I would kill if I could. Because this is stupid. This is stupid. They don't need to do this. No one needs to cyberbully, and people still choose to. I'll deal with that after. Anyway, sorry about that. But now everyone has seen it. Now you all can go to their account and you can fuck with them. Please do. I'd love to see it. And then send screenshots to me. And I will gladly have a good laugh at them. Would you rather be deep sea diving and your oxygen tank runs out? That is scary. Or be bungee jumping and have your cord snap? Both are bad. I'm assuming bungee jumping, you're not like jumping over thing of water, so that means if you fall, and especially at a certain height, then you're dead. Whereas diving from the deep sea and your tank runs out, then you could go, you'd probably die, but there is a small sliver of a chance, more, like a bigger chance than bungee jumping that you could survive, and therefore I'm going to take that. Although, drowning would be, you could still be saved if you got high enough and then people save you, they could still save you, so there's a chance to save you here, and that's what I'm gonna, alright then. Would you rather be on jury duty or go to work? Would you rather be considered a liar or be considered a cheater? I don't lie. I'm like Lucifer. I'm as honest as can be. I've never lied once. Well, okay, I haven't lied. I have lied before, but I don't lie anymore. I haven't lied since I went to grade 9. Since I changed my life around, I haven't lied once. So I don't lie, I'm as honest as I come. I could be, no, because if I'm a cheater, that means I'm unloyal. Would I rather be loyal or honest? Wait, but it doesn't specify what kind of cheater, so I could just be like a cheater at sports, whatnot. So like I take the cheap way out, you know, I cut corners. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily, I'm gonna go with that interpretation of cheater and go with that rather than the majority disagrees, but the majority don't see my point of view. Would you have a flying car or have one GPS internet connection? I'm pretty sure that's like really good, isn't it? So I'm gonna go with that. I don't want to drive. Would you rather be a horse jockey or be a NASCAR driver? A horse jockey. I don't like driving. Would you rather be adopted or adopt a child right now? See, I'm too young for a child. I don't know how to take care of it. It'd be more like a brother than an actual child. Or be adopted. I'm too young to adopt a child, unfortunately, so I have to be adopted. Would you rather live in a treehouse, live in a floating boathouse? Boathouse, because it's on the water, so it'd be calm, peaceful, and whatnot, and you'd have actual shelter and have access to food without taking too much effort, and it'd still be like a mini house just on the water. Whereas living in a treehouse, I have had a treehouse before. Living on a treehouse, you know, you go to bed, you know, there could be spiders or insects that crawl up to you when you sleep and whatnot. It's dirty, and I'm living in a boathouse. As much as I like nature, I'm living in a boathouse. Would you rather only eat stuffing for the rest of your life, or only drink gravy for the rest of your life? I like stuffing, I think. And gravy I'm not a big fan of, so whether I'd rather be able to eat any food I want, but have to drink gravy, or then what did I sacrifice pizza for? Or only eat stuffing, which means I have to eat stuffing, but I can choose any drink. I'm gonna go with stuffing because I prefer drinking over eating. Would you rather be barefoot the rest of your life, or wear... We did this one already. Would you rather live happily ever... Would you rather live happily ever after with your favorite romance novel hero? Who is that? I don't really read romance novels, so I guess it'd be Romeo or Juliet. Or live happily ever after with your favorite movie/TV show hero. I could live with Scarlet Witch. I mean, I'm watching WandaVision right now, but Scarlet Witch is kind of screwed up, so I don't know. TV show hero, because, yeah, there's a lot more possibilities from there. Would you rather eat a rancid mixture of rotten eggs and old fish, ew, or bathe naked in vomit? Fish. Would you rather eat your favorite food for the rest of your life, which you'd end up getting tired of it, so... If you eat... Wait, your favorite food, right? Like, my favorite food right now would probably be shallot pasta, so if I have that, like, all the time, I'm gonna get sick of it, so my next favorite food would be, like, pizza or something I'm really craving, so then would I have to eat that until I get tired, and then when I get tired of that, and maybe I want to go back to shallot pasta or something, I go back to shallot pasta and I have to eat that again, like, that's kind of how it would work, right? Because once you get tired of it, it's no longer your favorite food. Or, whatever you want, but never gain weight. Never gain weight. Because then I could, like, jack up a lot, and I would never have to worry about being fat. People agree. Would you rather be mortal on an immortal planet, or be immortal on a mortal planet? So would I rather be the only person that dies on a planet where no one dies, so, like, dying in heaven, or be immortal, so be the only person that doesn't die on Earth? Which means I'd have to watch everyone die. And then I'd get so lonely. I'd be like Adam Pearce. You know, you'd have to shut yourself off from everyone, which would suck because you'd want to hang out with people all the time, and then they end up dying, so you have to meet new people and do the whole thing all over again. And what happens if you get, like, caught and have to be sent away to prison for the rest of your life? Like, what do you do? Or be mortal. So be what I am right now. Yeah, family and close friends in either one. So my friends would have to watch me die, or I'd have to watch my friends die. I'm gonna go with friends watch me die, because then they don't have to suffer, because they're all together forever. Would you rather eat only Chinese food all the time or eat only Mexican food all the time? So tacos or like noodles. I do like chicken balls, so do that. Not I have anything against either of them. Just would you rather be better looking in person or be better looking in photos? I'm better looking in person than I am in photos. We can agree on that one. 6 that's the lowest I've ever seen. Oh god. If you had to start one, would you rather the MTV series Teen Wolf or the Vampire Diaries? I don't know. I'm gonna go a couple minutes over 1 hour just because, or I'm gonna go like a minute over 1 hour just because of that interruption with the cyberbullying thing. Would either be Batman or Batman. Screw Superman. Screw Superman so hard. Would you rather be convicted as a corrupt politician, isn't everyone, or like every politician, or be convicted as a corrupt Fortune 50 CEO, which I don't know what that is. A corrupt politician, everyone knows about it. I'm gonna go with this one. Majority agrees. And my final question, would you rather chill with Eminem or chill with Jay-Z? See, this goes back to one of the first questions when we asked if we wanted to share a room with Snoop Dogg, and I thought the next one was going to be like Snoop Dogg or Eminem, and then it wasn't. It was Bob Marley, who I don't know. But I'm so glad we came full circle when we got to Eminem, because Eminem is my favorite. Eminem is my favorite both rapper and probably my favorite music artist, so chill with Eminem without question. Yeah, exactly. So let's just see what the final question is. Be able to survive any injury or fall, or be able to pull out any Acme Corporation product out of your pocket. I'll go be able to survive injury, but hey, what do you guys think? If you've been watching this far, then I hope you enjoyed it. I imagine so, and like, comment, subscribe for more of this, more gaming vlogs, whatever else comes. I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you guys.